Now that everyone's had a minute to go over a list of nicotine tobacco products, let's go over some. So the first one right here in the top left corner is cigarettes, which everyone probably knows. And then to the right we have cigars. And the next one is snuff, which is a popular tobacco-based product. These are Kotex, which are like miniature cigars. These are biddies, which are kind of go in the same family. This is a hookah device. And the most prominent one in our society are vapes and Juuls. So further along, what is nicotine and why is it so addictive? So it's a chemical that contains nitrogen, and it's obviously made by the tobacco plant, and it can also be produced synthetically. And then when nicotine unlocks its receptors, a feel-good chemical called dopamine is released from your brain, and it gives you a buzz. However, it doesn't last long, and nicotine fades away, making the receptor eager for more. And then nicotine withdrawal and cigarette cravings occur. So some quick facts. Chewing or snorting tobacco products usually releases more nicotine into the body than smoking. In addition, nicotine is at least as difficult to give up as heroin, which is pretty unbelievable to believe. The side effects of nicotine can affect the heart, hormones, and gastrointestinal system. And some studies suggest that nicotine may improve memory and concentration, which is contradicting itself. So, in other words, using nicotine in moderation and not to in excess can be beneficial, but we'll get more into that soon. And also, there are more than 1 billion tobacco smokers worldwide, which is a tremendous amount. So nicotine's medicinal purpose. So oftentimes we find people using nicotine just recreationally. However, it's used for the treatment of tobacco use disorders as a smoking cessation and nicotine dependence for relief of withdrawal symptoms. So in other words, if you see someone with an addiction smoking to cigarettes, what they'll oftentimes is they'll use a device like this vape image below to limit their cigarette craving, which is its ultimate purpose, nicotine products. Some factors to using nicotine-based products is social and physical environments, biological and genetic factors. Maybe your family has a history of addiction, not only to tobacco or nicotine, but maybe alcohol, among other drugs. Mental health, maybe you have depression, so these vapes or Juuls, they stimulate your brain and they release a lot of dopamine, so that maybe that helps you. And personal perceptions, maybe your friends do it a lot, and so you want to get on this binge. So to go further along, I want to explain a little bit more about e-cigarettes and vapes. So e-cigarettes and vaporizers remain unsuitable for young people and those who do not already smoke. Liquid nicotine can act as a gateway to cigarettes for those not already regularly taking in nicotine. So in addition to inhaling nicotine-based products, in addition to smoking, it can act as it could create a huge health risk for you, for your lungs especially, and we'll go into detail about that. In addition, the use of e-cigarettes rose from 1.5% to 16% among high school students, and also 0.6% to 5.3% in middle school students between 2011 and 2015. And about 81% of young e-cigarettes users use the products because of availability of flavors. So Juuls, the most prominent one in our society. So what's remarkable about this is 1 Juul is equivalent to 20 cigarettes worth of nicotine, which is about a pack, which is unbelievable. And in addition, e-cigarettes can make youth more likely to use cigarettes. So oftentimes, if you see someone inhaling nicotine from a vape, most likely they'll also be smoking cigarettes and possibly something else as well. So further along, what I want you guys to do is get involved in this activity. So it's a little bit of math. So the average cost for 1 pack of Juul pods is about $16. If one were to purchase 1 pack per week, how much money would that cost them in a year? So I'll give you guys about a minute or two to figure out this answer. All right, now that you've had about a minute to work on it, let's go over the answer. So the answer is $832 a year, which is about, almost $1,000. If you really think about it in the grand scheme of things, it's a significant amount of money. So we're going to watch a video clip right here that I found on ABC News, and I think you guys will enjoy.
You may cover stories that parenting alert about vaping. One teen is now taking a stand, raising a red flag, worried it's becoming a big problem in his community. Deb Roberts is here. Got that story for us, Deb? Good morning.
Robin, good morning. This is powerful stuff. A high school senior sounding the alarm this morning, saying he's deeply concerned about the health and future of his classmates, some of whom confessed to him on camera that they are secretly and hopelessly addicted to e-cigarettes.
All of the people in my grade started using it.
This eye-opening video shining a light on the teen use of e-cigarettes, or what's called juuling, derived from the popular brand name Juul.
It's just a part of my life now that, I know it's bad, but I can't stop.
17-year-old Jack Waxman produced it to raise awareness about what he fears has become a big problem with many teens in his community.
You couldn't be caught dead with a cigarette right now if you're a teenager, but with juuling, it's cool to Juul.
The Juul, a trendy vape pen, heats up liquid nicotine that users inhale and has capsules or pods that come in a variety of flavors, like Cool Mint and Fruit Medley, each containing about as much nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. The flavorful pods seemingly attractive to teen users.
These flavors are drawing them in, and then the nicotine is forcing them to stay.
A recent study says an estimated 3 million U.S. adolescents currently use e-cigarettes, including those who never smoked.
Some of my friends have tried using cigarettes, and it's because they have been juuling, because they're so used to juuling that they just think it's okay to use cigarettes.
I want to stop, but the habit of juuling is just so intense.
My parents didn't know until I got caught, and I just kept using it.
The student school telling ABC News it's aware of the unfortunate trend, adding that what started as small has turned out to be a growing problem. As for Juul, it says the product was made exclusively for adults looking to quit smoking and is investing $30 million to independent research and youth and parent education, telling ABC News, "We cannot be more emphatic on this point. No young person or non-nicotine user should ever try Juul."
The more people that know about this problem, the more people can take action, and from there we can really make change.
And he's not just counting on his film.
So as you can see from the video, it's quite powerful, and like I said before, the flavors of these Juuls is what resonates with most young people. You have mango, you have Cool Mint, and cucumber, and so it's definitely something to keep an eye on in the future if the government decides to eliminate Juul pods in total, because these flavors really gravitate towards the younger populations. So to go further along, I'm gonna go over the range of effects. So this nicotine effect, it's a sedative and stimulant, and your brain releases dopamine and adrenaline, and these levels increase. Also, your heart rate significantly increases, your stroke volume and your oxygen uptake increases. You become more alert, you become euphoric, you're very happy, you're jovial, you're more relaxed. Concentration and memory could also be enhanced, which is a common misconception.